Good morning, fellas. We are live. We are live. Good to see everyone. Oh man, it's good to be back home. Good to see you guys. And Eric J, UCLA Trades, Go SPVC, Timbo, MP, hey, the clock. Thank you, NP. I can always depend on NP reminding me about the clock. Let's go, fellas. We are live. Finally. It seems like it's been, well, actually, it's been over a week since we've been live. So let's go. We're back. We are back streaming from the closet. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Timbo, Peter Schapp, good morning. Aluwatosin, good morning. EPL, Mark, Lacey for Trade, good morning. Diego, I Guy Now Trader, good morning. Hey, I'm feeling great. Investors, good morning. Golf Guy Mike, good morning. No, I feel great. It was a great experience being at meeting Patrick. The whole experience, it was great. I have no regrets. I thought it went well. Everything was great, but I'm really glad to be back at home and streaming in front of you guys where I can actually talk to you guys. It's definitely looking forward to today, and it's gonna be great. It's going to be great. What kind of lion joke was that? Oh man. Let's go. So it is what do we got here? 9:17. Today is FOMC day, so I'm not sure what to expect with this market. We might, I don't know. It depends. I've seen the FOMC days where we've had pretty clean moves beforehand. I've seen FOMC days where it's just very choppy. So we will wait and see what happens. Good morning, Liz Gardens. Good to see you. Ken, good morning. Hey, you're new here? Well, welcome to the Nutty House. Welcome to the Nutty House. Hey, Torsten, it is great to be back. It is great to be back. Aran, good morning. All right, I need to get my stuff set up here. All right, think we're good. Go and Trades, good morning. Sebastian, good morning. Timbo, thank you. What does the BDH stand for? I mean, I asked, and there actually is no really like what it stands for, to be honest. It is just BDH. It's just like trying to think of another company that has like just an acronym almost as a. But yeah, what I was told is it actually doesn't really stand for anything in particular. It's just BDH. But if you ask me, it's baby doll house, you know? That's supposedly what no, I know that's not what it is for, but that was the running joke. Tom Trades, good morning. Varts, good morning. Hey, Varts over from the PW stream. Good to have you here. Welcome to the Nut House. Yeah, I don't know, BDH. I don't know. I'm not going to go there. What he says it stands for, I don't know, man. It was definitely a different environment than what we're used to, the kind of environment that we're used to here which I knew that going into it. I knew it was going to be different, but it was okay. It was a good. I thought it went great, and it was really good to meet Patrick, and he was very nice, and yeah, it was just great. It was great. I wish I would have taken more. I wish I would have taken more footage from like behind the scenes and videos and stuff. I did not really have time, and obviously I was only by myself, so I couldn't really do it. And oftentimes Pat was filming as well, so I wouldn't have really worked if I was filming at the same time. But it was a lot of fun. Yeah, Jenna. Yeah, it was a good experience, but I'm really happy to be back in. I'm just happy to be back in streaming in front of you guys. One thing that was kind of like you couldn't really like chat was really delayed for me, and like it's just different when you can't, like as a streamer, when you're so used to like being able to see, how would I say, like basically you're in control of your stream. So I know when I'm muted, I know when I'm not muted, and I know when I'm on camera and when I'm not on camera. So that was definitely like just a little bit of an adjustment to kind of know when I'm on camera, when I'm not. And it was great. But let's do this. Trusty Tran, good morning. SW8, good to see. Good morning. I was relieved for my first trade. Yeah, I mean, it was okay, but yesterday's trade, yeah, I'm sure you guys saw, but I was very frustrated with that. Just bad trade on the FOMO got to me. The pressure a little bit got to me as well. Basically, like, I felt like, it is a lot of pressure, guys, to be trading in front of 4,000 people and knowing that those 4,000 people all want you to take a trade. And, I knew that most people were wanting me to take a trade and get a nice win. So it was a lot of pressure. And that second day, it definitely got to me a little bit. I kind of jumped the gun on that first entry, and I kind of had, with the whole news thing coming out, I should have probably just not, it's hindsight is 2020, but yeah, that was unfortunate. That was unfortunate, but it was a good learning opportunity. We live and we learn. Okay, boys, we have, what is it, 9:23. I am undecided right now. These are my Tradeify accounts. Also, let's do a little bit of a recap. When I got home last night, I almost did a recap video, but just did not have time. Basically, so my Apex accounts, the 150K Apex accounts, we are at $6,300, $400 in profit. So we need about $2,600 more on these accounts. And on my Tradeify accounts, we are at almost the same amount. So basically need about $2,600 more in my 150K accounts to be able to request close to a $30,000 payout. So try not to do anything stupid. That's the key. Let's take our losses. I did actually end up taking a trade yesterday on the Tradeify accounts. So I actually ended the day yesterday on the Tradeify accounts in the green, thanks to, let me see if I can find the move. It was in the afternoon session. Yeah, right here. So this move right here, I caught this break above the 550s, and I had 2 micros, and I caught this whole move up to the 620s. It's pretty awesome. I actually did it when we were stuck in traffic. I was on my way home. I was stuck in traffic. Traffic was so bad that I pulled off on the exit ramp, and I went in to eat. I grabbed a bite to eat, and I opened my laptop in the parking lot, connected, and I took that trade in the parking lot of a Wendy's. Of course I did. And let's go. So took that trade, got to green on the day, and I wasn't really going to trade again, but I checked the price. I mean, this was just too good. It was too good not to. The 520s here held up, and it was a great trade. It was awesome. Of course, I couldn't have a trade like that in at the BDH, but we'll take it. Green, I think we ended the day like $70 in the green, so I'll take it. Do I use Apex Tradebait or Rhythmic, Bayo? So I'm actually right now, my 150K accounts, these 6 accounts are my only Rhythmic accounts that I have left over. These 50K accounts, the fresh ones, these are all Tradebait accounts. I'm trying to switch my Apex. I want to get everything switched over to Tradebait. And then that way it leaves me some room if I want to add another prop firm with a Rhythmic connection, then I can. But that way, I'm just kind of switching to Tradebait. I think it's better. It's a little more stable. All right, price right here at the 624s and right at VWAP. Let's see how we react to this. Also opening here in 3 minutes. Hey, Camera Trades, good to see you. Good to see you guys. It's great to be trading from the closet. I know it sounds weird to say, but it is great to be back. I took last week, when was Monday? I streamed Monday of last week, and I took all of last week off, and then I was at the BDH yesterday or Monday and Tuesday. So it's been over a week since we've been streaming here in front of you guys. So it really is great to be back in the closet streaming at home in front of you guys where we can, I don't know, I miss you guys. I really do. I miss you guys. And I also just want to say thanks for all the support. When I was at the BDH, I saw some of the comments. I wasn't able to see a lot of the comments, but I definitely saw some of you guys, and just the support and just the encouragement that you guys gave me. It was awesome. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. You guys really are the best. So thank you. And I'm fired up today. I got good vibes today. We're going to kill it. We're going to have a great day. We're not going to chase. We're not going to have FOMO like we did yesterday. We're going to follow. But one thing that Patrick really did help me with, the one thing that really stood out to me that Pat was telling me about was just believe, he mentioned, I really did a great job of calling out the market. He said both days, and he said I think Pat watches me a lot, but he said a lot of times when he watches me, I will make the correct calls and I'm seeing the market correctly, but I don't actually follow through with a trade. And I wait too long before I actually get in. He's like, call it out. And if what I was calling out actually happens, just jump in or just take your trades. So that definitely, I had other people reach out to me basically saying the same thing, and basically saying, yeah, my confidence, yeah, Mr. Wall Street, yeah, it's pretty much, yeah, that's kind of how I feel. And my confidence has taken a hit. And it is always like that when I go into a slump. When I start to just trade badly, it's usually because I've taken a couple losses in a row and my confidence is just taking a hit. So I just question everything, and then I get way too hesitant on my entry. So we're going to try to, if we see what we like, we're taking the trade. No second guessing, and then whatever happens, happens. What's the worst? The worst that can happen is we lose money. And we've done that before. So you might as well take the trades that is there and then move on. All right, we are open, folks. Opening right at the 600s. Now, I need to decide if we are going to take our opening strategy here. Lately, I take this opening strategy based on intuition and kind of what that initial move and where we're at on that opening 3-minute candle. So we're just going to wait and see. I'm not going to take this trade if we're at this low, the 570, 560 area. So just going to wait. If we break down through those lows, maybe, but let's just see. It would definitely be a short right now. We'd definitely be looking at a short. We're a minute and a half away from taking the trade. So a lot can happen in a minute and a half with NQ. All right, retesting the lows here at the 570s. We came up, we tested the VWAP right here, and a perfect rejection off VWAP. I don't know if anyone took that or not, but that's a picture perfect rejection off the VWAP right before the open. All right, we have 45 seconds here. Again, I am not going to take this entry if we're at this price level. If we come back up like to this kind of, then I might, but just don't like entering when we're at the bottom of a previous. And the overnight low is here at the 530s, so this is not looking like we're going to take this. It's just too often when we're right at a previous level that we come back up and we retest. Now we wait. Let's see. We retest the lows of the overnight down at the 530s. Feels like we will. It's definitely feeling bearish. Hey, Citizen Zero, good morning. Tate, good morning. Yeah, Darren Cross. It was. I know. It's definitely something like, and it's weird because I was rewatching part of this, like that part of the stream too. And when I rewatch it, I tell myself like, come on, Nutty, you know better. And it's like, yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Hey, Josh. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. I had a lot of, I saw a lot of great feedback. It seemed like for the most part, people enjoyed the stream, and I saw a lot of very kind comments, and I appreciated it. So thank you all. I had a lot of fun playing golf. The golfing, I'm not sure that golfing is ever going to see the light of day, like all the golf video. Oh, man. Poor Patrick. Patrick definitely needs to stick to trading, not golfing. I mean, he hit some good shots, but you can tell that he does not golf that much. But it was a great time. It was a great time. It was pretty funny. We had a lot of laughs when we were playing golf. Lots of laughs. Lots of LOL. All right, 550s, 530s about to be tested here. 530s, down she goes. Very, very, very bearish open here. By the way, does someone know? I did not research this, but what happened at 1 o'clock this morning? Has to be some kind of news at 1 o'clock. We popped from the 5.7, basically 100 points. I do not know what was going on, but that was crazy. We are back in the closet. That's right. Hey, Rad Poker. The Victoria was great. Everyone at the office was really great. He has The cameraman was great, and yeah, it was a good time. They were they were great hosts. I learned what liquid death is. Never heard of it before. And I definitely learned some things. Okay, above that 560 now. Just gonna be waiting. Obviously, I wanna see what, as far as what I'm looking for today. That's one thing that, like, Pat kind of forced me with, like, he would question me, hey, what are you looking for today? And I was like, yeah, I do that sometimes, but a lot of times the open, I just kind of let it play out. Like the opening, I just let it play out. But right now, I mean, I'm still bullish overall, and I want to look for longs. I do think, let's see, you know, how we react to this 530. But ideally, I want to see us get above VWAP. Like, I want to see us push above VWAP for me to actually look for an entry. Anything below VWAP, below this EMA, then I'm just not really I'm not really interested until, I mean, if we start selling off below the 500s and we just keep selling, then I think I look for a short entry. But just feels like today they're going to try to fill the gap on that big sell-off on Sunday night. Hey, Alpine Trader, how we doing, man? But yeah, me too. I said if I go there, I need to bring my Red Bull because I'm not drinking energy drink called Liquid Death. I know, Alpine. It was so funny because it was in the morning. Well, I saw that Patrick was drinking it earlier in the day, like, or the previous day. Like, I saw that Patrick was drinking Liquid Death, and I was like, I have never heard of it before, and I just assumed it was some kind of energy drink, you know, and I'm like, you know, I didn't really care, but they asked me, hey, they first asked me if I want some water, and I said, yeah, I'll take some water. And they're like, you want Liquid Death? And I'm like, no, I prefer to live. So they were like, no, it's just water. And I'm like, really? Are you sure? So, and I did not believe him until they gave it to me, and I actually tried it. It's so weird. You open the can and it kind of even does the fizzing. Like, it kind of fizzes, but then you drink it and it's like, oh, it's just water. I don't know why it feels so weird, but just feels weird drinking water out of an aluminum can. Oh man, that was pretty funny. But it was actually good. It was actually good water. Is it Millionaire's water? Yeah, that would make sense, S. That would make sense why I have never heard of it. Patrick definitely, I mean, that Patrick definitely lives a life of, if he sees something that he likes, he will the guy spends money like a madman. The guy is crazy. He is definitely like the guy is just, he is insane. But he is living life to the fullest. Hey, thank you, Jack. Appreciate it. Me and Nutty will be back in the BDH in March. Yep, it sounds like end of March, maybe sometime in March. I think me and Alpine will be there. I was curious, Alpine, are you going to drive down or are you going to fly down? Drive down in your Porsche or not? How is driving the Porsche? I did not drive it. I cannot disclose on stream how fast we were going. But I can say that I went the fastest in the shortest amount of time I think I've ever gone. That was pretty crazy. I would yeah, it was crazy. I actually did check how far it would be to drive 18 hours. I mean, it would 18 hours. If you cut that into 2 days, Alpine, it's not too bad. But yeah, that's what I thought too. It would be pretty cool if you brought your Porsche down. That would be pretty awesome. But it is a long drive, I will admit. Okay, market, what are we doing? We are just chilling. We did retest that low. I would not say we made basically double bottom here, so 530s right now are holding up. We need to, if this continues to sell off, then, I mean, like I said, I need to see it below this 500 before I even consider taking a long. Also, kind of hard to know what to expect with FOMC coming out. It's going to be, I'm not sure. Put the car on a train and fly down. Raunchy tuna. I'll bring my minivan and I'll be driving the minivan. Meanwhile, Alpine's driving the Porsche and Patrick's driving the Porsche. Don't be hating on a minivan. Don't sleep on a minivan. I'm telling you. Minivans are very functional. Don't be hating. All right. We have down through the 530s, down through the 520s, and now testing that 510, testing that 500. This is starting to look very bearish, folks. Let's see if we're going to just run the stops here. If we just continue to see this sell off, I don't know. I'm not in the mood to be going short. I feel like FOMC, maybe it's just me, but I feel like everyone is expecting a rate cut. Is that just me? Like everyone is expecting a rate cut. And if we don't get a rate cut, I think we could see a pretty big reaction in the market. But if we do get a rate cut, I think it's kind of expected. I think we will go higher if we get a rate cut, but I think right now it's kind of, that's what is expected. And if we don't get a rate cut, I think we're going to see a pretty big sell-off. Wait, CNBC is saying a pause. Rates are expected to stay as is. Interesting. Alpine. No, you would fit right in, Alpine. Trust me. It would be. Oh, man. That makes more sense. Or a cut. I guess, yeah, a pause. Obviously, a pause is the other option. But I feel like if we just get a pause, I think the market's going to sell off. I mean, this is just my humble opinion. But let's wait and see. Okay, we tested that 500 level. Right now, no reason to be getting long. I guess we just wait. Unless the data has changed. I'm expecting lower prices later this year anyway, so it don't matter what the story is. It could be. I mean, I felt like, who was I listening to? I forget who I was listening to, but someone kind of had a good, actually, I think it was Brett. Maybe it was Brett on Monday. Brett was mentioning about how the rate cut, or like how Trump this term doesn't seem to care as much about what the market is doing. I kind of agree. You don't hear Trump say and talk that much about the market. And I think, I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised with some of the tariff discussions, that type of thing, that we see a bigger pullback in the market this year before we see a move higher. Hey, Black Coffee is in the house. Good to see you. TCM Trades, good to see you. DDFX, Apex, 90% off wealth charts. Yeah, so, but the 90% off on Apex wealth charts is only for those that actually signed up. It's only for those that signed up for the beta version. So I'm going to do a video on wealth charts because wealth charts is pretty cumbersome, like to set up. But I did finally figure it out. And then once you have it set up, I thought actually there was some pretty cool features. Like within wealth charts, some of the features that were pretty nice is like it will show you on the chart like exactly where that 30% drawdown is, and it will show you exactly where, if you're trading an eval, it'll show you exactly where you need to get to pass the account. It'll show you exactly where you need, if you get to here, you're going to be liquidated. So there's some things that I think are pretty cool, but I mean, they still have a lot of work to do in wealth charts before they take that platform live. And I hope they don't bring out wealth charts for the public that before it's ready. I mean, please, let's not have but it's basically the Apex version of Top Step X. Apex is going to have their own platform, and it's actually not, they didn't create wealth charts the way I understand it, but they basically partnered with wealth charts. So we'll see. Oh no, Orlando, you're feeling sick? I'm sorry, man. I hope you get better. It's the law of alternation. Expect the generational low under Trump. It could be, Mr. Wall Street. I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, good to see you, Sharuz. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Adrian. In order to stop inflation, we need a rate increase, but it will break our spirits, which is directly correlated to the success of our economy. Yeah, it is kind of a double-edged sword, TCM trades. I agree. What does BDH stand for? Baby doll house. Hey, thank you, Whiplash. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Are we going to make new lows at the 500s? If this continues to make new lows below that 500 level, just stair-stepping it down. We haven't even touched the EMA since the open. Actually, would have been a pretty good trade if on that 3-minute opening range after all, but I'm totally fine not taking it. The 15-minute opening range is put in. 15-minute opening range low, 498. So the 500s are definitely going to be a very important level to watch today. Also, guys, we need to talk about this. Did you guys see? Look what I did. Look what I did, man. Look at this. We have 5 funded Take Profit Trader Pro accounts. Let's go. Finally. Now, we're not, we're just gotta, now we need to get these accounts above that threshold. I actually thought about it today. I'm like, So right now, all of my accounts are like $2,400 to $2,600 away from a payout. You know how easy it is to calculate? It's like, dude, if I would just have like, $300 days, consistently $300 days in a row. Seems like it wouldn't be that difficult, but I'm going to continue trading and focusing, especially I'm going to really be pushing my Apex 150K accounts. I really want to continue to push those accounts. Just see if I can't get those across that finish line. 9,000 is the magic number. All right, here we go. Testing that 500 level again. Can she go or will she hold? Hey, good morning, DL. Good to see you. If it continues down The 21 467 456s. Yep, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. All right, we're putting in a little bit. We're definitely putting in support here at the 500s. So now, I mean, I need to see this at least like get above that EMA to, I mean, I know it's so tempting to try to be buying at the bottom of this and looking for a big move higher. I feel like we've gotten that kind of move the last couple days. And if we get a lot of momentum here, we get above this EMA, we might take a stab at this, a smaller. Okay, I'm gonna switch to my 2-minute chart. I just don't. I like looking at the 1-minute chart at the open, but I want to stick with the 2-minute chart. I actually messed up on at Patrick's. I really messed up on the one trade. I thought I was looking at a 1-minute chart and I wasn't. Or I thought I was looking at a 2-minute chart and I was looking at a 1-minute chart, and it got me. And definitely was a little bit of a challenge trading on Trade of 8. A little bit of a challenge with not really being familiar with Trade of 8, and definitely cost me a couple times. Yes, Stu, or Trigger Happy. Yes, those are fun to take profit accounts. Let's go. I love it. All right, market trying to get above that 530. It's going to be an important level getting above this 530s, but really need to get above the EMA. We need to get above that 560, and then we can maybe take out the highs. We got plenty of room to the upside, plenty of room. And I'm not going to chase. Still need, let's see how we react to the 21 EMA here. Where am I in Florida? Right now, I'm in Sarasota, Florida. And man, the weather finally has turned around. The weather is beautiful here in Florida, but where I at the beach, it was actually a lot warmer by Patrick's than it is here in Sarasota. They're a little bit further south. So okay, now this is the level, like testing this 21 EMA now. Let's see if we actually can get through it. Right now, this is going to be the important area. I'd rather watch NBC and Nutty Bar Closet. Let's go, SW8. I love it. Wow, that is a ugly, ugly looking candle if you were long right there. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if we rip above this EMA or not. Hey, Steven, thank you. It's great to be back. Nonstop Trader, good to see you. What area of Ohio do I live in? So I live like about an hour south of Akron. In the Holmes County area is where I live in Ohio. That's where my primary residence is. Guys, I'm starting to really miss. I'm really starting to miss my, like, our home. it's like it's been so long. I ask my wife, I'm like, are we sure that we still actually own a home in Ohio? Like it's crazy because it just feels like it's been so long since we've been like in our house. Like, and I mean, no offense to this house. This house is okay. It's great, but this house is like half the size of our house in Ohio. And it's just different. Like there's just no place like home. And I definitely miss it. And the more, like, the closer that we get to where the weather is starting to change, like as the weather starts to change in Ohio, the more that I'm like, man, I just want to be home. But it's still okay here. It's like it's kind of like I still enjoy Sarasota is great. The weather is great here. So there's a lot of, I don't know, it's kind of conflicting. Yep, the good old 330, Steve. That's right. If you know, you know. Ace Undercover, good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, market trying to get something going here. Now, this is where it's interesting because we attempted to make a new low here and we failed. We attempted and we failed. So if we can get above the EMA, we might take a trade. That's the, if we can hold it, if we can move above the EMA and hold it, we shall wait and see. Nice, Shrews, nice. Yeah, Florida is a great place to visit, and even it is a great place to spend the winter. It really is, but it's just, it's just no place like home, especially when you have family in Ohio. Which the next couple months, so my brother is actually coming tomorrow. So my brother is going to be here tomorrow for 4 days. And then in a week from now, my other brother is going to be here for about 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks. And then a week after that, my brother-in-law is going to be here for a week. So from now until we go home, we're going to have a lot of family that is visiting us here in Florida. So it's going to be good. Like it is going to be a good, it's going to be a good time, and it'll make the time go a lot faster. So I'm looking forward. It's going to be a great couple months. How did golfing go with Patrick? Ace Undercover. I whooped him. It wasn't even close. I think Patrick was pretty shocked with how, I mean, I don't say that I'm like really, really good at golf, but I'm definitely not terrible. I can hit the ball consistently. Like I can hit the ball consistently in the direction that I want to hit it. So he was pretty shocked. He was pretty shocked. He's like, the first couple of times I hit my driver, and the cameraman and Patrick were like, what the heck? This guy hits it a mile. But it was a good time. It was actually, so the first hole, I have to tell you guys the story of the first hole. The first hole, we get up on the tee box on the first hole, and I'm nervous. I'm a little bit nervous. The camera's rolling, and I'm like, of course, like if you guys know my history with golf, and when I get the yips with golf, I top my driver. That's just, it happens. And I'm like, of course, I go up there to that tee box and I'm like, okay, please don't top it. Please don't top it. Yep. Boom. Nutty tops it. I hit a little warm burner. Maybe I didn't even quite make it out to the fairway. I hit it maybe 90 yards. So I hit this thing 90 yards. Of course, it was funny. And anyway, Patrick hits his not that much further. And then, all right, let's see if we break above this EMA. We're struggling here. Anyway, back to the golf. So then we get up to my ball, and I get out my I look at how much range I have, how far I have to the hole, and I have 245 yards to the hole. It was like 245 to the hole, and it was like uphill. And there were still people on the green. Well, the camera was rolling, and Patrick's like, I look at Patrick and I'm like, Patrick, they're still on the green. I can't hit. And Patrick just starts laughing. He's like, there's no way you're hitting it on the green. Like, he's like, there's no shot that you're going to hit it on the green, because I'm like 245 yards away. And I'm like, hey, I actually can, and I will. And he's like, dude, he's like telling me to hit. He's like, just hit it. And they were still on the green. I'm like, okay, I'll hit it, but I'm not responsible if I hit them. It's not on me. And he goes, I'll give you $100. Was it $100 or $500? I'll give you $100 if you hit it on the green. And then I'm like, oh, okay, let's go. And so I hit it was my 4 hybrid, and I can hit my 4 hybrid 250. And I hit this thing, I hit it flush, and it it actually goes over the green. And that's when Patrick was like, oh. He was freaking out. He was like, holy cow. But I didn't hit it on the green. Like I hit it over the green. It didn't actually stop on the green. So technically I didn't win the bet. But from there on, he was I think he was surprised at times. Because from that point forward, I actually played pretty well. Until the last hole. I think I was 3 over. No, I was 4 over. I was 4 over heading into the final 9th hole. And that was with that, like, when I hit it over the green on that first hole, I ended up going right into a bush. So I had to like stand in the bush to hit the ball. And I ended up just kind of punching it out. Ended up with a double bogey on the first one. But then after that, we were pretty calm. All right, we are above the EMA now. Let's see if we can hold it. We need to hold it. Yeah, now it's just immediately right back down. And this could be just like, it's starting to feel like FOMC is going to affect this market this morning. Did I make any birdies? Yes, I did. Actually, so I was off the green, the one hole. I was off the green maybe, I don't know. I was in the rough, off the green, and I chipped it in. Like, it was like on the hit, like it was kind of on a hill, and I hit it was a sick shot, if I have to say so myself. Chipped it up on the green, and this ball just literally rolls all the way down the hill and just boop, right into the hole for a birdie. That was my only birdie of the day. But it was awesome. But then the final hole, I end up with a triple bogey. I ended up with a triple bogey on the final hole because I hit it in the water, and then my next ball, I hit it into a palm tree, and the ball literally didn't come down. Like, the ball stayed in the palm tree. Yeah, it was crazy. All right, we rejected right off of that EMA again. I do not like the longs here. It just does not seem like we have the momentum here. Very, very choppy. Very choppy here. And now I'm just going to wait at this point. I think the FOMC is going to get this market to, it's going to bore us. Hey, Traderous Chick, good to see you, man. Hey, good to see you. Good to see Kid Poker in the house. Good to see you, Kid Poker. 3,000 in payout from Apex. Let's go, Nord Auto Trading. $3,000 payout. Nicely done, Nor. Nicely done. Love to see it. Yeah, ace undercover. I was hoping, there are some days where we have pretty clean price action on it. But yeah, today might not be one of those days before FOMC. Today feels more like a day where we're just gonna chop back and forth. But I'm gonna try to keep an open mind. If we start seeing a move higher, I'm gonna jump in. But we do need to get above and hold. We really need to get above the 560s. Like, we need to get above this 565 area, stay above the EMA, have some clean candle closes above it in order for me to really feel good about jumping in on the longs. But it is definitely looking better for longs here. We have not retested the lows here at the 500s. So, will I join Patrick again? I mean, he's already asked me to come back. He wants me to come back with Alpine. And yeah, I probably will. If Alpine is there, I would love to meet Alpine and also just, spend time with Alpine as well. So, don't know yet for sure, but probably, maybe. Yeah, where's Kellyanne? Kellyanne. Exactly, Josh. Ugh. I'm so honestly like the prop firm, like the drama thing is like, dude, we don't need to get into it, but it's like I'm going to start with the mentality of like, and I've always had this mentality, but like, use whatever prop firm you want, why we don't need to fight about which prop firm is legit or which prop firm is good, the best. Like, use whatever you want, whoever you think is best for you, use them. And honestly, if I would poll someone, if I would poll the chat, 90% of you guys use all of the prop firms to some extent. I don't think there's anyone here that only uses Apex. They don't use anyone else, and they think Apex is the only legitimate prop firm. I don't think anyone has that opinion. And if you do, you probably shouldn't. Like, you shouldn't. Like, it's like, dude, use whoever you want. But at the same time, you don't need to. If you don't like a prop firm, it's like people feel obligated to, like, make sure everyone knows about, everybody, this scam, this is, unless it is actually a legitimate scam, like Fast Track or like the other prop firms where they are actually legitimately not paying you out, like you profit. Those bastards. I still got beef with them that I'm not going to talk about yet, but all right, okay, I got to pay attention here. We are testing the 560s here. We have our first official candle close above the EMA. So let's pay attention. All right, I do like this. It seems like we gotta, almost want to get above this. If we pull back and we continue, if we pull back and retest, I might take an entry there. Don't have that much room here up to the VWAP, but it's still from the 570s to the 590s, 20 points. I'm definitely liking the longs here. It's time to stay focused. Man, it's good to be trading on the Ninja Trader platform. I don't always say that, but man, this is so much better. So much better. All right, I'm going to look for the 600s on my... We are on our Tradeify accounts. Now we just want to see it continue. Break above that 565 up through the 570s, then I really like it. If we get a little bit of a pullback, it's okay. We're going to, I kind of wouldn't be shocked if we get a little bit of a pullback, but just want to see the EMA hold. Want to see it hold. What is the volume I show at the bottom? I mean, it's just normal volume. Like, it's called up-down volume, I think. All right, now the EMA needs to hold, or we bail. Jeez, big. Did we get ticked in again? Okay, fine. That was... okay, that was rough. You know what's not good to trade with? Wealth charts. Hey, DAAA. Wow, look at that sell-off. That is crazy. I literally got ticked in. Wow. Yeah, it's just gonna chop through. We might just go sideways here. It's no biggie. That's why we only went with 2 micros, not the 4 as usual. I mean, if we, let's see if this 500 holds. We could rip right through this. That was rough. What are you gonna do? Wealth charts, if you love a ton of indicators. I need to do a video. I honestly need to do a video on wealth charts because they make it extremely difficult to just have a basic, like, I want to do a video to show how you just do a basic setup with wealth charts. Because the way they have it, it is actually very confusing on how to do it. Very confusing. And yeah, I want to... I did find out. I know how to set up wealth charts now. And it's actually, once you have it, it's actually kind of... like, there's definitely some features that are kind of cool, but they still need a lot of help. But I would assume that, or I'm just going to assume that Apex is going to take kind of the same route. They're going to take the same route as, they're going to take the same route as what Top Step is doing, where, I mean, I hope they don't, but I'm afraid that they're going to start taking that same route that Top Step took with their platform, where they're going to offer the big discounts and they're going to offer the sales and stuff to basically the wealth charts. So people, because they are going to want everyone to use the wealth charts. I know that for a fact, because with wealth charts, they have it set up where you can actually, if you use wealth charts, you will get a notification like in real time if you break a rule. So if you break a rule in real time, you will immediately get notified and you can see immediately which rule that you broke And I think there's also going to be like a feature where like basically you can almost, I don't know how to say it, but like reset it. Um but I mean that part is a cool feature, but the platform has to work. Like you can't roll out a platform that isn't stable if it's just you can't that's not, people aren't going to use it. All right, we are really just chopping back and forth here. I thought I thought incorrectly. We got trapped. But I thought once we close above the EMA here and break of this candle, I thought we'd see a rip up into the VWAP, but that did not happen. But you know what? It's honestly, it's fine. I'm actually going to check something. Give me a second. But Tradeify on it, honestly, right now, Tradeify has a pretty good deal with the $35 on advanced accounts and the $99 activation fee. Like all in all, it's very, I mean, that's a very good, it's like compared to what it normally is, that's probably about as good of a deal as anyone right now. And we just continue to chop back and forth, going lower. Very ugly price action here. Whoops. Hey, Ryan Lorello, good to see you. Have you cashed out with Tradeify, Ace Undercover? I've taken about $6,000 in payouts from Tradeify so far. So I mean, right now I'm honestly, that was last year that I took about 6,000 in payouts from Tradeify, and since then, I've this is my second round of my Tradeify straight to funded accounts, and honestly, I think if I don't even know, like I feel conflicted, like between the straight to funded and just doing the evals, because the straight to funded accounts with Tradeify, you actually have more favorable drawdown. Like your drawdown is actually better than it is if you just pass a 150K account like the advanced. So, and if you really do the math, it's like basically for every 4 accounts, if you have a lower than 25% pass rate, I think it's 25%, you're actually better off just going with, the straight to funded. But it is expensive. Like, it is expensive. I definitely do not want to lose those accounts. Definitely not. See, this is like enticing me to get in on another long. But when we start to consolidate like this, one thing that I started to really make sure that I don't do is basically taking kind of these breakout trades similar to what I took here. Now, I don't mind the trade that I took here, to be honest, but as I wouldn't say that we were consolidating. Now we are. Basically, I just want to buy at the bottom of this range if I do buy. I want to buy at the bottom of this range. We are not going to be chasing breakouts. And if it rips higher and it rips higher, it is what it is. I don't care. Our reset's still $35 on Apex. I believe so, Jason. I believe so. But man, this has been the longest time that Apex has gone without a sale, I think, that I can remember. And supposedly there is a sale coming. That's all I can say. But it's pretty crazy. Hey, Eagle Flying, thanks for the sub. Also, sorry guys, I'm way behind on the subs. Jonathan S subbed, Adam Petite, Kuya, Dave from Ohio, thank you. Edgar, thanks for the sub. Frank, Thor, Vil Saint, Eagle Flying, thank you everyone for the subs. Thanks for the support, guys. Also, just thank you for the kind words when I was streaming with Pat. I just saw a lot of like very positive comments, and it seemed like for the most part everybody really enjoyed it, and it was great. I enjoyed it. I thought, like, I was pretty nervous. I am not gonna lie. Like the morning, so I drove to Patrick on Sunday night. I got to my hotel at 10 in the morning, or 10 at night. So 10 o'clock at night I got there, and I was actually really tired when I got there. I went and I crashed on the bed. I fell asleep, and then I wake up at 12 o'clock. I literally wake up at midnight, and then I could not sleep. Like, I started to get nervous, and I was just like, I was nervous because I just did not know what to expect. Like, with our history, like, obviously, you know, we were pretty much like, and I will say, like, I saw a couple of people comment about, like, oh, it was just a show. Like, I never hated Patrick. Like, I didn't hate him, but I was just calling out his BS. And, like, it didn't add up. That's always what I was saying, was just, hey, it doesn't add up, you know. And obviously he did not like that one bit. And he definitely did not like me. And that was not fake. But so I was like, I don't really know what to expect. I really didn't. And so I did not fall asleep until 2:30 in the morning. And then I got up, and I was definitely nervous heading into it. But within like the first 30 minutes, of like talking with Pat, it was really good. I got there at the BDH about 2 hours before we went, actually an hour and a half, about an hour and a half before we went live. And it was really good just to, we were just chatting and getting to know each other. And that really helped. I knew it was going to be fine. Like, and I thought it was a good collaboration, in a sense of, because for me, like, for a good collaboration, you need a little bit of yin and yang. Like, if you have two people with the exact same personality types, it's not usually a good collaboration. So you need a little bit of, like, not conflict, but you need to be able to go back and forth a little bit, maybe even with different viewpoints, and it does have to have a little bit of that. And I thought it was like, I thought we were pretty good back and forth. And then, yeah, it was just funny. It was pretty funny. The comment. So after we ended stream yesterday, the cameraman and, oh man, I'm so bad at remembering names. But his assistant, oh my gosh, I feel terrible for not remembering her name, but his assistant came over after we ended stream. The cameraman and his assistant, he came over and they were like, they said they were in tears laughing. They said they have never laughed this hard at the BDH ever again, ever. And it was when they were showing the AI Nutty from Futures of Our Futures, and that whole sequence where they were showing the hairy Nutty. Oh, they thought that was the funniest thing ever. That was just, oh man, the Futures of Our Futures, man, they really did me dirty. Now I will say, since then they've done it. I'm okay with it. So, but please don't go back. Please. Every time it's like, it's crazy. But it was all good. It was all good. It was all fun. And we had a lot of laughs. I look like a real pro fanning out the Benjamins. By the way, those were fake. But yeah, it was a pretty good time. It was funny. There's a lot of funny moments. But it was, yeah, there was only like one part where I was like, I didn't say anything obviously, but like, and a lot of people like maybe don't believe me, but like I genuinely, like, when I went after Patrick, it was just literally for like the sole reason of like, dude, it didn't make sense. Like, you can't be getting like where are the payouts? Like, that's what I was saying a year ago. And and since then, like, he has gotten payouts, and I think I was giving him his flowers. Like, once he got his payouts, I think it was awesome. But his claim that I just was doing it because I wanted to grow my channel, like that, I definitely disagree with that. That is, yeah, it was a byproduct of it, but it wasn't like I was like, that was my main motivation, was like, oh, let me search who is the most popular streamer, and then I'm gonna make up something about them and go after them so I get views. Like, that was not my intent ever at all. It was literally just, I saw things that didn't add up and I called it out. That's all it was. But it doesn't matter. It's all good. Okay, market, we are below the 500s. This is just ugly. It's not going to be a good time. I feel like we are just not even going to get any kind of setup until after FOMC. And then, even then, I don't even know. Yeah, it's all good. And I think people like actually that follow me and have followed me understand that. But, for others, it's more like, that seems like, of course, that's what was happening. But it's all right. Yeah, but it was great. Exactly, Matthew. I think it is great, the collaboration, and just, he was very, how would I say? He was very humble in a sense of like, hey, like he said multiple times, like, hey, me calling him out on it actually helped him. And it actually, like, yeah, maybe it wasn't comfortable, but it actually helped him to then like, okay, I actually do need to actually get payouts. And not that I was the reason that he got it, but it actually did kind of get him to see that, okay, like because he knew he could do it. And I think he knew he could get payouts, but it was almost like that wasn't his number one priority. It was more about just having huge days. And it's true, like he didn't like he needed the money. I mean, the guy's definitely rich. He is in a different planet. We are not on the same planet, that's for sure. Not on the same planet when it comes to money. Oh, it's crazy. I've never seen that much. I don't think I mean, there's just money everywhere. Like there's a car here, there's a car here, there's a truck over here. It's like, gosh, it is crazy. Did he give me a copy of his course? No, he did not design. No, he did not. I can't wait to hear about the golf. And you guys, yeah, Matthew, you have to rewind the stream a little bit. I did talk a little bit about it. That was my favorite part, was the golf. Did Pat talk about his strategy off camera with you? I mean, I know his strategy. It's not, yeah. It's really not, it's not a secret, guys. It really isn't. It really is not. It's just, the main thing, like one of the takeaways that I definitely get from being there was take the trade. Like, don't be hesitant. Just, if you see it and if you call it out, you see what the market is doing and it starts doing what you want it to do, don't be hesitant, jump in. And so I definitely, from like that takeaway, just, but it really is like, it's true. There's no secret strategy. He's not doing anything secretive about a secret strategy or anything. It's about not blowing up. It's about not doing anything stupid. It's about not going on tilt and blowing your account off stream in the afternoon sessions. Like, it really is like, he goes through the exact same struggles that I go through. And I mean, does he? Yes, he shows some of it, but obviously he has a different, he presents it in a different way, but there is no secret. It's just don't be dumb. It sounds so weird, but it's true. Like, just don't. And it's weird how when me and Patrick were off camera talking about trading, we had so many similarities with our struggles. Like, I would share like what my struggles are and like the big hurdles to get over. And like he had the same struggles, like at some point. Like, he's at a different journey, like a different place than I am, but it's still the same. Like, I think we all are on the same journey. And I think if you are in a space right now where you are not getting payouts at all, it is very likely because you have a lot of blowups. It's probably not because you have a terrible strategy. I mean, it could be, but it's probably way more likely that the reason that you're not getting payouts is because you are just blowing up. Like, you're not willing to walk away from a red day. And that part of it is the exact same struggles that he goes through, that I go through, that the next person goes through. And the people that are getting payouts, they are willing to walk away from a red day, and they know, like, they take their one trade or two trades and then they walk away. It really is that simple. Like, it sounds too easy, and maybe that's why no one does it. But obviously, you have to have a strategy. Like, you need to have some kind of system, like, that you're looking for when you're trading. Like, part of having a strategy is because it teaches you to be disciplined. If you have no strategy and everything you trade is just random, then you are more likely to go on tilt. And you're more likely to struggle with being patient. But it is crazy because I actually saw quite a bit of comments and other people that were asking me like, oh, what's Patrick's secret to trading and whatever. It's like, dude, and there is no secret. And that is actually like really, really good news for everyone, because there is no secret, which means every single one of you has the ability to be profitable. You really do. Like, you really do. But it is 90% mental. You have to understand that you are your own worst enemy. Once you understand that and you accept that part, it just gets, the reason that it's so easy to like prove that is it's easy to prove that it's mental, because go look at how you trade when you trade in a sim environment. Just take a simulated account and trade. And just compare how you trade with that compared to how you trade with real money or when it matters. And there you go. That's exactly the problem. All right, if I was looking for a short, this would be a tempting. I'm not going to take this just because how sideways we're going, but I'm very curious if we came up, we tested the EMA here. Let's see if we make new lows on this move. What time is it? It's only 10:30. We still have plenty of time for this to actually give us a move. So right now, I'm definitely feel like this thing could just continue to slowly move lower. We've kind of struggled to get anything going to the upside. Anyway, hey, Design Knob, how's it going? He definitely had a point about seeing the market but not taking the trades. Yeah, Design Knob, 100%. Patrick was, that was definitely one of my key takeaways from Patrick, was just basically he told me be more confident. It's and it's I do struggle with that. I'll be honest, I do. I get very it's so easy to say that. I feel but it's when you're on a losing streak and you take a loss and another loss and another loss, it's a little bit, it feels a little bit stupid then to be like, oh, I know exactly what's going to happen now. It's your confidence is very important when taking a trade. And if you don't have confidence, then you will start to be hesitant on getting in on a trade. And then B, you will also not allow your trade to work. You'll get out too soon. You'll take small profits and just stuff like that, where I don't, it's a bad habit. It's a bad habit and I don't like it. Definitely something to work on. When Nutty's course coming out? Currently not in the works. True core credit. That is some truth to it. There is some truth to that. I think part of being that actually also helps Patrick is he doesn't need to rely on his income from trading in order to to be rich or to have plenty of money. And that actually does make a big difference, because basically the less that you care about a trade, the better. The less you care, the better the results will likely be. And the more stress-free that you can trade, the better, which is also why if you are solely relying on income and your only source of income is through trading, it is difficult. That makes things way more difficult to trade, because your emotions are way more a problem. Your emotions, psychological, that is just, it's 10x of what it would be if you don't, like, basically if you're just trading and it's extra income, or it's like a side hustle that you're doing, then it's easier. So I don't know, maybe that's why I'm pressing a little bit too hard, or maybe that's why I'm struggling with my trading, because I mean, I don't want to say that I have to have, I mean, that I don't solely rely on my trading as my income, but I definitely couldn't go a whole year without a payout. Like, that would cause problems. So there's definitely maybe a little bit more pressure than what it was in the past. Nvidia is dropping. Okay, interesting. PA62 is officially 11 weeks old. Only one payout. You have 12 total days. That's why one payout. Hey, let's go, Kid Poker. I love seeing you getting payouts, man. That, you know what it shows me, Kid Poker? It shows me that you have made some changes. And if I was to guess, that you probably still struggle at days where you have days where you're not willing to take a loss, but they become fewer and further apart. And that shows progress. That's all we can ask for. Progress. Progress is key. Sometimes you don't really feel like you're making progress until you step back a little bit and you look at where were you a year from, like a year ago, where were you in your trading journey? And then compare it to where you are today, and you should be able to see an improvement. Like, you should be able to be like, okay, yes, we still struggle, but we have made improvements. We're getting better. And that's like sometimes what I do. I have to kind of take a top-down approach of like, okay, I know right now I'm struggling, but if we step back, we can see we have definitely made improvements, and we know what not to do, what to do. So just kind of get back to the basics. Get back to the basics and make sure we're improving little by little. All right, market, right back down to the 500s. Ah, man, this market's just not exactly enticing here. You took a big hit on Thursday. Yeah, and then like I said, like, you have to, like, it's okay to, like, understand where you messed up, understand where you made mistakes, but then don't be too hard on yourself. I have a tendency to do that. I'm a little bit too self-critical, and I get a little bit too down on myself, and then that affects my confidence, where, and then I try to, like, be humble, but being humble, like, I don't like presenting it, like, I really am not a fan of, I feel like it would be a big misrepresentation if I would come across like, like I'm the best ever to do it and I know what I'm doing, where I'm still learning. That's just how it is. But with that, you have to have a balance of self-confidence. We have to, like, humility but confident, somehow mesh it together, and like that's kind of where I need to be. One thing I don't like about Top Step is that you need 5 winning days of $200. That is pressure by itself. Yeah, yep, Jose, agreed. One thing that I really like, okay, oh wow, look at that. We have officially down below that 480s, below the 470s. Here we go, boys. And a skin tight leopard skin shirt. That might be going too far. All right, this is interesting now. Are we going to get, the level I have kind of, this is going to be an interesting level. It's very curious to see if we get a big rip here higher, or if this is just going to fall apart. Looks like we're bouncing off that 460 level. Let's see. I'm kind of interested if we come up and we retest the 15-minute opening range low. And if we get a good short setup here, the first time I'm actually interested in a short. Let's be patient. Yeah, also bouncing off. I see the pivot. I have the pivot points at the 448. So it didn't quite get to the pivot point, but very close. I see your biggest flaw is you don't use buy stop or sell stop. Really, David Huber? I mean, I do use buy stop and sell stop. I do. I not always, but I do that. Like this trade I took here, that was a buy stop order. Now we got stopped out, but that was a buy stop order. What do I use for pivot points? It's like the default pivot points on NinjaTrader. I just use the default settings. Wow, we did not make even that. We didn't even make it back up to that VWAP. So very interesting. Now we'll see what happens here. Pivot points are 448. So let's see if we want to go test that maybe. You have the pivot point at 455. I wonder why I have the pivot point at exactly where we hit 455. Why would your guys' pivot be different? Hey, Rich Much, how we doing? Good to see you. And you guys have it at... Oh, you have it on Tradeovate. I wonder, it must be that it's like a different session or something, or a different setting. Let me see. Uh-oh. NinjaTrader froze. Uh-oh. Not cool. Hey, D-Versatility, good to see you. Yeah, I was looking at... I'm switching it to daily bars. See if that... Is that the difference? Should I go one-time activation fee? Yes, one-time... Wait, is the $85 one-time on Apex, is that no longer available? Does someone know? Mine on Tradeovate has the exact same settings, and mine are different than his. Okay, so the $85 is the one-time activation fee, so obviously use that. Yeah, he uses trading, I think he uses TradingView for it. Anyway, okay, retesting now. We did not make a new low here. All right. Trying to get, maybe this is the dip below, run all the stops right here, trap the shorts. Maybe now we're going to make a nice rip higher. I got to see this thing above that 520 level before we get any kind of... I mean, this is starting to get me interested. Let's see how this reacts to the EMA. I'm going to keep my size pretty small. Hello. Oh. We gotta get a rip here. All right, we closed above the EMA again. But we've kind of faked out above it. Let's wait. All right, I do like this. If we either gonna fall apart and just rip right back down. But if we get if the buyers step in here and push this above the 520s, then we're gonna give it a shot. I watched while you were on the PW channel. However, I could not comment because I had it set as diversality. By the way, I wanted to say I know there's quite a bit of you that are probably banned from Patrick from from back then. I'm still banned too. I chatted in his stream this morning. I was like, "Good morning, PW." Nope, still banned. That's crazy. Here I was at the BDH. I'm still banned. I'm still banned. Like, what does a guy got to do here to get unbanned? It's crazy. You know what? I don't even want to know. Oh, that's too funny. I was actually his assistant after stream. Okay, this might fill us here. If we get a rip here, now we need to pop. We really do need to pop here. I want to give myself a little bit more wiggle room here. But, all right, need a pop. Pop above that 530s. This is where, like, it feels like weird, but it's more, I don't know. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take my trades. And if they work out, great. But if they don't work out, I'm trying not to care. This is me not caring about a win or loss. We're going to enter what I see, what I like, and we're going to do it and live with the results. It is what it is. Daniel T, you'll help me out. Can his mods unban you? I'm not sure if they can. So after stream, his assistant came to me and was like, he's like, I want to unban you, but I'm not sure how to do it. And I was trying to explain to her like how to go into the settings on the channel and how to do it, but I don't know, must not have worked or something, I guess. But either way, it's kind of funny. Okay, do not want to see don't really want to see this come back. If we come back and basically testing this this VWAP here, and this is where I would actually be okay with adding right here at the 500s. If the 500s hold, I might add 2 more contracts here, because we only went in with basically half size with 2 micros here. So if we pull back to this 500 and test it and it holds, we might add 2 more to it and then just keep or stop basically where it is. I could go low to below the 480s, but it's a pretty big stop the way it is. Yeah, Daniel T, I'm not sure. Why am I banned, Mojo? If you don't know why I'm banned, you must not know the full story. I've been banned a long time ago from his channel. We had beef. Okay, this is either we're gonna get stopped out here or we can add. Jeez, market, you're gonna do me dirty just back to back. You know what? This is where I hate doing this, but it's like if I was trading by myself, if I was not on stream, I would give this more room. More room to bounce. Now this will probably just rip lower, but as long as this 500 can hold, just don't want to get it shot in the tick. The FOMC is just, it's the market is not wanting to give us any kind of direction. It's just very, very wicky. All right, now we're in on 4. On the close above that 500. Now we just need to see it pop. Pop it for me. Now I'll take 1 off right here. Really would like to see this thing pop. I'm going to go grab a water. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Come on, market. Rip it. I do really like this. I like that bounce off the 500s. Now we just need to keep going. Don't stop. Actually, you know what? We need to put on a different ATM strategy here. Give me a second. All right. Come on. All right, let's rip it right here. Let's go. Gonna try to be patient here and see if we can't get above that 520s. Gotta get above it. What boys like? What is your what boys like? Jeez, why are you spamming the chat? You need to chill out. You need to chill out there, what boys like. Like, jeez. You're up $500 on your PA accounts? Hey, good for you. Good for you. All right, this is going to be the area where we're going to meet. We're going to have a tough time getting through this. I could just kill it here. Try to give it a chance to put, like, feel like if we pop through the 520s, then we can actually get up through the 540s and maybe test VWAP. I want to give it a chance to do that. It's not. This is. Give it a chance. Let's see if the 500s hold. This is what I hate about this kind of price action. You got to sit through so much of this trash. This is the moment of truth right here. All right, I'm going to get out. Jeez. I hate that. The market is just, today is not the day to look for. Yeah, I know it is. Oh, it is going to get support there on the 500s. Maybe. Yeah, this is just price action that is not worth trading at this point. We're just going to go sideways. What happened to my PA accounts? What do you, Snake Trader? I don't know what I mean. These are my Tradeify accounts. These are my Apex accounts. These are my Take Profit Trader accounts. You know what? Actually, we should trader. Does someone remember? On Take Profit Trader, I'm pretty sure they have you have to take an X amount of trades every so many days, right? Is it on Take Profit Trader you need to take at least one trade per day is it one trade per week? Yeah, once a week. That's what I thought. All right, yeah, this is falling apart now. I'm just not gonna trade this. This is just not worth it. Not worth it to trade. Actually thinking about I might end stream and then I will just start up stream again like around 2 o'clock. And then stream the FOMC because this here is just it's just gonna be very choppy. Probably as soon as I end stream, this will rip, but you know how it is. But if this is just, I don't want to trade this. It's not worth it. If you want PW to unban you, you should have let him win golf. Trading ever after. You might be right. I messed up. Dang it. I can't wait. I'm really curious. I'm really curious to see if he's going to show the golf video. I'm really curious. It's gonna be awesome. I did ask the guy that was doing the video, I asked him if he couldn't send me a clip. Like, I want him to send me a clip of my I wanted him to send a clip of my chip in. When I had a chip in off the green, I want that clip. That was pretty awesome. If my Tradeify are at payout, no, they're not. So these Tradeify accounts, these need to get to $9,000 in profit because they are the straight to funded. He will put it out Friday. Really, Larry? Let's go. So hopefully I'll get that clip. That was pretty sick. All right, I think I'm gonna do that, guys. I'm gonna end stream and then I'll start up stream again this afternoon around 1:45, 1:50, and then we will stream and possibly trade. We'll trade that afternoon session. And then meantime, from now until then, unless something changes on this price action, I'm just gonna probably go to the park and chill out. Did we play 18? No, we didn't. We ended up just playing 9 holes because it was getting backed up. It was getting backed up and it was going to take too long to play the full 18. So we only played 9 holes. How far am I from PW? It's about a 3-hour and 20-minute drive. So anyway, all right, guys, I will be back. I will be back around 1:45 to 1:50, and we will do the FOMC minutes. Not minutes, but the FOMC meeting. I can't believe your wife let me go. I have an awesome wife. That's why. All right, guys, take care. God bless. Thanks everyone for the support. Stopping in this morning. I really do appreciate it. We will be back around 1:50 this afternoon. Take care, and I hope you guys all have a green afternoon. We will be